Welcome, my name is Jar, and you got this course because you are looking to start a clothing brand. In this course, I will break down exactly that. I know you are wondering who I am and why I'm incredible to teach you, so let me introduce myself. My name is Jar, and I'm an 18-year-old full-time entrepreneur. I've been running and scaling brands for around 2 years now. Here's some of my accomplishments and some of my students that I've taught. If you are serious to really learn and absorb this knowledge, I highly recommend for you to take notes and to watch this a couple times over. This course will eliminate the fluff and will concisely give you the actual and actionable directions to starting your brand. With that being said, let's start your clothing brand empire. To get things started, you want to break down what type of clothes you want to make. Identify your target audience and aesthetic that you want to go after. For my new brand, Angelic Motion, I identified my target audience as 18 to 28-year-olds who are interested in streetwear and unique pieces that stand out. Identifying your audience and aesthetic will be the foundation of your brand, so choose wisely. This will also help you in the design process and messaging for your brand. After you have chosen your brand identity, it is time to create your brand name. There are multiple ways to find and brainstorm your brand name. I personally brainstormed words that I liked and put them together. This exercise took me about 2 hours of thinking and brainstorming. An alternative method that you can use is a name generator called Namelix. You simply input keywords about your brand and it will generate a large variety of brand names for you. The final way you can create a brand name is using ChatGPT. Simply give ChatGPT a prompt such as this, and it will output a bunch of brand names just like Namelix. Before you settle on a brand name, it is important to note that a lot of brand names are already taken. To verify that your brand name isn't taken, head to the USPTO website and search up the brand name you wish to have. If available, you can then move forward to creating your brand logo. With creating a logo, ensure that the messaging and aesthetic ties back to your target audience. This is important to have your messaging on brand and makes things easier down the line. You can either create typographic logos such as this or create icon logos such as this. Either way is fine as each brand is different. When creating your logo, I recommend getting some inspo from other brands in your niche. You can utilize tools such as Pinterest and Instagram for this. You can create your logo yourself using software such as Photoshop or Illustrator, or other free software such as Photopea and Canva. If you are less skilled at designing, you can always hire a freelancer. Fiverr has some solid freelancers that are affordable and have a quick turnaround. However, I recommend using Instagram designers as they're often more talented and skilled. All of this mentioned is the foundation of your brand, so don't rush this process and take some time and give detailed thought to each element. The manufacturing process. After you have your design finalized, it is time to turn your ideas into real life. In order to do this, you need to find quality and vetted manufacturers. The number one way to find manufacturers is to go to Alibaba.com. Alibaba is a website full of manufacturers and suppliers from China, India, Pakistan, etc. When looking for a manufacturer, simply search up the product you are looking for. For example, if I was looking to get hoodies made, I would search up hoodies. Next, you want to filter by verified manufacturers and trade assurance. This will ensure that only vetted and quality manufacturers appear. Once you find a manufacturer you like, simply message them. Here's a script that you may use to contact these suppliers. It is always good practice to contact multiple manufacturers in order to compare prices and quality. When talking to manufacturers, make sure that you are asking what their sample and bulk prices are. A sample is simply a sample unit of what you are trying to get made, while as a bulk order is an order of a large amount of units. Sample prices will be expensive due to manufacturers having to set time aside to create new molds, screens, etc. for a brand new customer. Manufacturers also have to make a profit off samples as many people order samples without ordering bulk. A general price for a sample piece of clothing is $70 to $200 including shipping. After they give you your sample fee, it is a good practice to ask what their bulk prices are. This is to ensure that if your sample you receive is up to par, then you can move forward confidently with a bulk order. When asking for a quote for a bulk order, I like to get a general quote by asking how much a bulk order of 100 pieces would be. Manufacturer will then give you a price per unit or price per piece. Always note that manufacturers will highball you initially in order to try to lock in some high profits. Make sure that you never take the initial price and always negotiate to get some better prices. Don't forget to ask for shipping costs as well. You can ship by sea, which typically takes 1 to 2 months but is very cheap, or you can ship by air, which is expensive and takes 1 to 2 weeks. After you receive prices from your manufacturer, ask for the turnaround time. This is simply the time it takes for them to complete an order. Manufacturers should be able to complete most samples in 1 to 2 weeks and most bulk orders in 2 to 6 weeks. Another way of finding manufacturers is via Instagram. Most Instagram manufacturers are from Pakistan, which generally has cheaper pricing and poorer quality. Be careful though, as there is a lot of scamming manufacturers from Pakistan. The benefit of using Alibaba is that when you sort by verified and trade assurance manufacturers, your payments and orders are secured and insured by Alibaba. After deciding on your manufacturer, it is time to send them what you want made. To do this, you will need to create a tech pack. A tech pack is a detailed analysis and breakdown of what you want to get made. A tech pack consists of measurements, fabrics, GSM, print styles, etc. Here's an example of a recent tech pack I made for my prior job I had with my brand. You can create a tech pack like this in Canva, Photoshop, Illustrator, or any software of your choice. When you have this complete, you can send this over to your manufacturer and place an order for your sample. If you are using Alibaba, you can typically pay with your card on the site. However, if your manufacturer is not on Alibaba and most likely based in Pakistan, you will have to pay using third-party apps such as MoneyGram, Western Union, and Remitly. This is because common payment methods such as PayPal and Cash App are not available in countries like Pakistan. When paying your manufacturers, it is important to split up your payments. This incentivizes your manufacturer to complete your order in a timely manner. When paying for a sample, I like to pay 50% upfront, then the rest when the sample is shipped. When paying for a bulk order, I like to pay 25% upfront to start production, then another 25% when I receive a video of the fabric being cut, followed by another 25% when orders are being packed, and then the final 25% in exchange for tracking numbers. The pricing process. A key component to your drop is your pricing. When pricing your products, your price is your price. However, it is important to note that for new brands, your selling point is your design and price point. When pricing your products, it is essential to have a healthy profit margin. This is crucial because you have expenses such as cost of goods, shipping, taxes, ads, etc. I personally like to mark up my prices by 3x. For example, if I were to get hoodies for $20 a piece including shipping, I will price my hoodies at $60. A good psychology hack that you can utilize is listing your items ending in the number 8. For example, I sell my hoodies for $58. This makes it appear to the customer that my hoodies are $50, but also gives me enough profit similar to that of a $60 price point. After you select your price, you need to determine if you want to offer free shipping or charge for shipping. The benefits of offering free shipping is that you have a higher conversion rate, but the cons is that you will have to pay for shipping yourself out of pocket. The benefits of charging for shipping is that you don't have to pay out of pocket for shipping, and you can incentivize people to acquire free shipping. For example, on my site, I have an announcement bar stating orders over $100 plus receive free shipping. This will help with my average order value and cause people to add more items to their cart to receive free shipping. The negatives of charging for shipping is that people are turned off by the surprise charge, and this results in a lower conversion rate. Identify your target audience and price your items to cater to that audience. Website setup. When it comes to creating your website, it is important to have a clean and high converting site. To ensure this, you can either build out your site yourself or you can contract a freelancer to do this for you. I highly recommend for new brand owners to utilize Shopify, as it is the #1 e-commerce platform and the easiest to use. They currently have a $1 free trial going on right now, but the basic plan starts at just $39 a month. With Shopify, you can get free website templates in the form of themes. I recommend for beginners to use the Dawn theme when starting out, as it is beginner friendly, fast, and simple. If you are in my paid Discord Motion University, you will also have full access to the #1 clothing brand theme out there. This theme is minimalistic, optimized for fast loading speeds, and high conversion rates. When creating your site, it is essential to have your website branded and in theme with your brand aesthetic. On your homepage, you want to ensure that you have a quality hero picture as well as a clear call to action. On your product page, you want to make sure that you have a clean mockup or product picture as well as on-body photos. I would also include reviews, frequently asked questions, and size charts on your product page as well. This will all lead to more checkouts and purchases on your site. Standard clothing stores have an average conversion rate of 1 to 2%. You can, however, achieve a higher percentage by utilizing and refining the tips listed prior. Here are some good examples of some solid websites. Ultimately, implementing these strategies can help you achieve more sales and take your brand to the next level. The pre-order method. When starting out, I highly recommend for beginning brand owners to utilize the pre-order method. Pre-order method is when you get a sample piece of clothing, then promote that sample on social media platforms, and sell that product on your website without having any inventory in hand. The benefits of this process is that it allows you to get started with limited capital and protects you from pouring thousands of dollars into a product that is not proven yet. The negatives of this process is that customers will have to wait around 4 to 6 weeks to receive their items, which results in some upset customers. Make sure that you are transparent with your shipping times and are constantly giving updates to your customer. I personally used this method and started my brand with just $400 and made $119,602 off my first drop. If used correctly, the pre-order method is a game changer. The promotion process. Once you have your website and design made, it is time to promote your clothing. I know everyone is preaching TikTok, but TikTok is truly the #1 way to grow your clothing brand in this day and age. The opportunity on this platform is immense. To put this into perspective, for my first drop with my new brand, I did $120,000 in sales, with over 90% of sales stemming from TikTok. Viral TikToks were able to bring in large revenue days such as this. When starting out on TikTok, I recommend posting around 3 times every day for 60 days straight. While this may sound like a lot, if you are consistent with it and always improving your content, you will have a TikTok pop off and go viral. When searching up content ideas, I like to search up the key phrase clothing brand and sort by most liked in this month. This will bring up viral and relevant content ideas that you can emulate for yourself. When creating TikToks, make sure that your content is high quality, engaging, and somewhat controversial. The key factors for having your TikToks going viral is having a strong hook and a high average watch time. The main thing TikTok wants users to do is stay on their platform. Your hooks for your videos must be scroll stopping and intriguing. A good way to achieve a high average watch time is to tell a story. For example, TikToks such as these tell a story and make the viewer want to watch to the end. Here are some personal examples of TikToks that went viral for me in the past. Hashtags: I recommend using 2 broad hashtags such as hashtag for you page and hashtag XYCBZA, and 2 niche hashtags such as clothing brand and streetwear. The niche hashtags will help TikTok categorize your post and push that to the audience, while the broad hashtags will push to a broader audience and help it reach large numbers of people if the post is shown to have mass appeal. In terms of building brand reputation and garnering some social proof, Instagram is a major component for clothing brands. Some ways to grow your Instagram are as follows: Reels, influencer shoutouts, archive pages, giveaways, and ads. When doing influencer shoutouts, simply contact influencers in your niche and ask for their promo rates. They will give you prices for a story and or IG post. You can then negotiate from there and set up a post to be made. The same process follows for archive pages. Archive pages are IG pages that promote clothing products to a large number of buyers in the fashion niche. A lot of potential customers can be found here. Giveaways, reels, and ads, however, are my #1 way to grow your Instagram. When running giveaways, set the requirements as follows: like, follow, save, tag friends and comments, repost on story. All of this organic engagement on your post will tell Instagram that this is a good post, and Instagram will natively and organically push out your post to new eyeballs. This is a great way to gain followers. In terms of running ads for followers, here are the settings that I use: no interest, location US, age 18 to 34, profile visits objective. No interest targeting, because Instagram will automatically optimize your ads towards people who are most likely to engage, leading you to have lower costs at scale. Location will be the country you are based in, as shipping is the cheapest this way. This will help as the people engaging with this ad will be more likely to convert, as shipping is cheaper. Age 18 to 34 if your target audience is a younger demographic such as mine in streetwear. I wouldn't target younger than 18, as although younger kids may engage with the ad better, they will not convert well in terms of sales due to them lacking the funds. The profile visits objective will bring users to your profile, and if they like the ad/product, they will convert into followers and email/SMS subscribers. I have personally spent a large amount of money on ads across all of my brands, so trust me in that this is the best method. In terms of Instagram Reels, IG Reels are slightly different than TikToks. For IG Reels, use niche and broad hashtags for your posts. Use around 3 to 5 hashtags. Same hashtag method for TikTok applies for Reels. Here are some of my past Reels from one of my brands that went viral. A secret that you can use is when you're about to post a Reel, type in keywords related to your reel and brand. This will help your SEO and help you rank better in search, explore, etc. Along with this, use the auto captions function within the editor. Make sure your video has no profanity though, as it will bleep out the profanity and ruin the quality of your video, and decrease the caption size until it is no longer visible again. All of this is done within the Instagram editor, which will help boost your post to go viral. This is because Instagram wants and incentivizes people to edit within their app. Despite all of this, I personally don't post reels on angelic motion, as I don't want to spam my followers' feed. Shying away from the digital side of things, you can also promote your brand in person by posting flyers, passing out business cards, attending conventions, concerts, etc. In order to truly maximize your brand's growth, I would do a combination of all the methods listed above. Paid ad strategy. Next, let's talk about how to run paid ads for your clothing brand. I've spent thousands on thousands of dollars with my recent brand Angelic Motion. Here I'll show you my strategies and secrets that I use to run successful ads. In short, paid ads only amplify what's already working. So if you are generating sales organically, then you'll get more sales with ads. However, if you are not getting any sales organically, then that is a key indicator that your ads will not perform well. Here is the sequence of importance for running a successful ad for your brand. Number 1, product. Number 2, creative. Number 3, website. Number 4, targeting/campaign structure. A common misconception new advertisers have is that targeting and campaign structure is the #1 thing they are lacking and need improvement on. While there is some truth to that, it is not the most important. The most important factor of success is your product. Here is a quick example of that. If Apple were to spend $1 million on ads right now to promote the new iPhone 4, they would struggle, as people aren't simply interested in that product. Whereas if they were to spend that same amount of money to promote the new iPhone 15, they would have far more success with ads and sales, simply because it is a better product. Create a product that essentially sells itself. Next, let's talk about creative. An ad creative is simply the image or video that you use as your ad. The purpose of a creative is to translate the impression the ad gets into traffic onto your website. Here are some good examples of good ad creatives that work for me: carousel posts, flat lays, UGC, video unboxing. Diving into the Facebook Ads Manager, I will show you my personal ad strategies that have scaled my brand to hundreds of thousands of dollars. Before heading into the ad account, it is important to know your numbers. Oftentimes, many brand owners ask me how to run ads or what strategies to use when they don't even know their own numbers. When running ads, you need to determine your break-even ROAS. Your break-even ROAS is the ROAS that you have to hit to break even. Here's a simple calculator that you can use to determine this. If your ROAS is above this number, then your ads are profitable. If your ROAS is below this number, then your ads are unprofitable. Likewise, you need to identify your target CPA. Your target CPA is the amount of money you are willing to spend in order to get a purchase. For example, my target CPA at scale is $30. This means if my CPA is under $30, then I'll scale up spend for my ads. And if my CPA is over $30, then I'll scale down spend and focus on finding new winning creatives. If my total expenses per hoodie landed to the customer is $30 and my average order value is $70, this means I have $40 profit left over. I can then have a target CPA of $30 and thus spend more at scale to acquire more customers while still profiting $10 an order. It is also important to note that your target CPA can be higher if your customer lifetime value is higher. If my customer 3-month LTV was $100, then I could spend more on the front end to acquire a customer and outbid other advertisers because my back end LTV allows me to. Many brands today break even on the front end but are profitable on the back end. Now knowing that, let's get into my strategies. This section is for people experienced with ads, so I will only be showcasing my techniques and strategies. My Facebook ad strategy is very simple, in which I run a one campaign structure. This campaign is a sales campaign because you want to optimize for conversions. Inside this campaign, I have a winner's ad set full of my proven winning ads, and I have a couple of creative testing ad sets. I run broad open targeting, as Facebook's algorithm is smarter than you and will optimize and find your ideal customer for the cheapest cost. In terms of targeting, the only thing I alter is excluding purchasers in the last 30 days. This allows you not to market to people who have recently purchased. In terms of everything else in placements, I leave it entirely default. Inside this winner's ad set, I have my ads that hit my KPIs and target CPA. Some winning ads that I found to work well with me are carousel posts, flat lays, UGC model shoots, and old TikTok videos. Moving towards my creative testing ad sets, I run dynamic creative ads. This helps me test out different text, headlines, and creatives. I utilize the 3-2-2 method, in which you upload 3 creatives with the same messaging and content, but just 3 iterations. I then utilize 2 primary texts, 1 proven winning ad copy and a new experimental ad copy. For the headline, I utilize the same method, 1 proven headline and a new headline. And for the description, I leave it blank, as it is optional and it creates too many variations if it is filled out. This DCT ad set will produce combinations of these creatives, copy, and headline. The goal is to find the best performing ad combination. For my DCTs, I let them run for a minimum of 3 days. If the DCT is tanking and extremely unprofitable, you can turn it off. Otherwise, I like to run the DCT for 7 days without touching. If the DCT ad set is performing well and hitting your KPIs and target CPA, then you can go into that ad set and pull the post ID and throw it in your winning ad set. If you go into the breakdowns tab and sort by image and video, you can see the creative that got the most purchases. If you click edit, you can pull the exact ad creative that drove the best sales using the post ID. This post ID will also retain all the social proof the ad has generated, the likes, comments, the shares, etc. Simply click share Facebook post with comments, then click the date again, view more video details, then pull the post ID from the URL. I will then place this new winning ad creative into my winner's ad set. If your DCT, however, performs poorly and doesn't hit your target CPA or doesn't get any spend, then Facebook is translating to you that this ad is a bad ad. Turn off the DCT and rinse and repeat this process weekly. It is important to always have a fresh batch of creatives, as ads will fatigue over time. You are probably wondering where my retargeting campaigns or assets are, but for my strategies, I do not run retargeting, as Facebook automatically retargets for you. If your frequency is over 1, then Facebook is already retargeting for you, so there's no need to retarget. You can, however, introduce product aware and most aware ad creatives, which will appeal most to warmer and hotter audiences. Segueing into TikTok ads, the same concept applies. I run a CBO campaign with no interest targeting. The only targeting I optimize for is ages 18 to 34. You also want to optimize for complete payments. For the ad creatives, I find that organic posts that did well on your page before do the best. Running Spark ads behind these creatives will be great for your ad account. It is important to note that TikTok ads fatigue faster than Facebook ads, so you will have to introduce new creatives as you go. For both TikTok and Facebook ads, you want to scale by 20% up or down depending on the performance of your ads. Over the last 3 days, you want to check if your ads are hitting your KPIs and target CPA. If they are, then scale up by 20%. If your ads are hitting below your break-even ROAS, then scale down by 20%. Repeat this process daily. The drop process. Now it is time to get ready for your drop. Using the promotion methods mentioned in the last modules, you'll be hyping up your drop. Your objective will be to garner a lot of hype and to build a large email/SMS list. Email/SMS lists help convert that hype and traffic into potential customers that you can market to later down the line. In order to capture these people, you will need to lock your website. Here's an example of my password page. Here it states that the website is closed, and in order to gain early access plus exclusive deals, you must subscribe to the SMS list. In short, you want to get as many people as possible onto your SMS/email list so you have more potential customers on drop date. In order to create a password page, simply go into Shopify, head to Online Store, Preferences, and toggle the box that states restrict access to visitors with the password. This will lock your website to visitors, and the default homepage will be a password page. In order to customize your password page, simply head to your store editor and click this page menu in the top middle, scroll all the way down and click others, and then finally select password page. This will bring up the password page where you can further edit and customize to your liking. When promoting your drop, I recommend hyping up your drop for about 2 to 3 weeks. This gives you enough time to build enough hype and build a solid email/SMS list. I wouldn't go longer than this because it will be too far in the future, causing people not to care about it. Before you drop, make sure you have a big SMS/email list. Depending on your revenue goals, you will need a high number of people on your list. A general rule of thumb is that for every 1,000 people you have on your list, expect $1,000 in sales. Obviously, there's more variables that go into this, such as the market desire for the product, the website conversion rate, quality of SMS/email subscribers, etc. If you want big drop numbers, then you need big lists. Additionally, I recommend for new brand owners to utilize SMS over emails. This is because SMS has better open rates and is easier to use. For emails, you will have to warm up your sender domain, otherwise your drop day emails will get sent to spam. To do this, you need to make sure that people drag your emails into the primary, make sure your content and titles aren't spamming, and even consider getting a dedicated sending IP. Overall, you want to make sure that you improve your domain reputation. This happens over time if you send quality content and segment properly and keep your list clean. Because of the complexity, I recommend new brand owners to use SMS. For SMS, I utilize PostScript. It's a great SMS app with nice functionality and pre-built flows. For email, I use Klaviyo, which also has great functionality. After you've been promoting and hyping up your drop for about 2 to 3 weeks, it is time to drop. Before you drop, it is important to hype up the drop by sending out SMS/emails to your list. A week before your drop, remind your list of the drop. 3 days before the drop, remind them again. 24 hours before drop day, shoot them another reminder. On drop day, I like to send out an early access SMS/email to my list, giving them access to the website 15 minutes before the site is live. You can do this by giving them the website password or by unlocking your site earlier. On your official drop time 15 minutes later, send a follow-up email/SMS to your list stating that your site is officially live. Also post on all your social media platforms announcing that the drop is live. When running the pre-order method, I recommend having your site live and open from anywhere from 2 to 14 days. This gives customers a decent window of opportunity to purchase before you close your site. I wouldn't have the site unlocked for more than 14 days, as you will still have to place your bulk order and fulfill and ship orders out in a timely manner. Pre-orders typically take 4 to 6 weeks for customers to receive their items, so make sure to include that in your product descriptions and shipping policies. Once your drop is concluded, it is time to move forward with the next step. Customer support. With the conclusion of your drop, it is essential that you keep up with customer support. Make sure to answer all DMs and emails in 24 to 48 hours time. This is important because your customers are your business. If people have a poor customer experience with your business, they will not buy again. It is also important to note that it is cheaper and easier to market to someone who has already bought from you before. Adding to this, the lifetime value of a customer, aka LTV, plays a key part in a business's revenue and profitability. Having a customer that is a repeat buyer is what moves the needles for all businesses. For example, if you own an Apple product, think of how many items you purchased from Apple and how much money you have brought them. Me personally, I bought 5 iPhones, 2 AirPods, and an iPad over my lifetime. All in all, treat and tend to your customers well. Here are some personal examples of good customer interactions. Customers will make or break your business. A good app that I use to help with customer service is Gorgeous. This app makes answering emails and DMs much easier. They have everything pulled into one hub and streamlines the customer support process. Again, I emphasize to constantly continue to update your customers on all of their orders. Happy customers equals happy business. Fulfillment and shipping. Once you start to receive your bulk order from your manufacturer, it is time to fulfill and ship your orders. The supplies you will need are as follows: polymailers, shipping labels, and printer. Polymailers are plastic bags that can package all types of clothing. Here's a quick breakdown of what size fits what. The next essential item you need is shipping labels. You can get free shipping label paper on the UPS website. You simply have to create an account and add your payment information and other details to verify your account. Once you do this, you can go ahead and order shipping label paper. Make sure that you get the 4x6 labels. These will be the perfect size for your label printer that you would need. After you order the paper itself, you will need the printer. While you can use a regular printer to print out labels, you'll be wasting a lot of time, ink, and paper. You can buy a label printer on Amazon with most ranging from $100 to $200. Here are some of my personal recommendations for label printers. If you wish to have a more branded customer experience, you can also include miscellaneous items such as stickers and business cards. I personally get these custom items from gotprint.com as they offer the best prices and quality. In order to fulfill an order, you will simply open up any order and create a shipping label. You can utilize Shopify shipping or use third-party shipping platforms such as Pirate Ship, Shippo, and ShipStation. The benefit of these third-party platforms is that they are often cheaper than the basic Shopify shipping rates. Here's a quick example of how I would go about fulfilling an order. Once you fulfill an order, you can print out the shipping label and pack the order. Make sure you are printing out packing slips with your shipping label so you know what the customer purchased. In order to ship out orders, simply head to your local post office and head to the counter to scan your packages in, or you can just drop them off in the drop box. If you have a large amount of orders to ship out, around 150 plus, then I recommend you using the loading dock in the back of the post office. However, not every post office has this depending on the size. You can drive around your city and look, or you can ask a post office worker which locations can handle large quantities of orders. Whenever I have hundreds of orders to ship out, I simply head to my local post office, park at the loading dock, and go inside and tell them I have packages out back. They will get a bin for you and scan the packages in for you later that same day. It is also important to note to separate your orders. Don't mix priority with international, select ground with priority, etc. This will make their jobs harder. Fulfilling and shipping orders is that simple. Conclusion. Congratulations, you learn how to prepare, market, and close out your drop. Now you need to simply repeat this process while further establishing your clothing line as a brand. Always remember to keep pumping out content. Content is king. Make sure to continue to post on TikTok, Instagram, and other social media platforms. Utilize UGC on your Instagram, website, ads, etc. Also get more influencers in your brand to increase your brand's social proof and authority. Simply just rinse, repeat, and refine these methods over time. You now know the steps and processes to build a 7-figure brand. While building a successful brand is simple, it is not easy. You will encounter failures, but the faster you will fail, the faster you'll start seeing success. Like I said earlier, I recommend for you to watch this course a couple times over to really cement these principles into your head. Feel free to reach out for any questions and or guidance in Motion U. All in all, create a great product, market that product well, drive traffic to your website, collect sales, and provide a great customer experience. My name's Jar, and that is the exact breakdown on how to build a clothing brand empire.